And what I'm looking for is for it to break my fractal, which is that blue line right there. That's the fractal that it needs to break. Once I see that it's passing that line, then I want to start going down to the lower time frames and see if it's something that I want to buy or not. What do I have in here? I have my Ichimoku. Okay, I'm looking at the cloud. It's green, looking good. I'm looking at my tenkan kijun sen. I got both good. That's one go, two go. Looking to the left, nothing blocking the chicken span. That's three goes. Everything looks healthy on this side for right now. So, okay. So let's find out what's going on. So I drop down to my 1 minute. Now we have to go back to yesterday. And we would be in this area where this big yellow line is where it just started breaking out of. Now the market was doing all this, see all these dashes? That means there's no volume in here yet. Okay? But the volume will kick in. I trade a little bit different than most people because once it starts, the market starts to move, is when I know that it's going to bring in people. It's not always 100%. No strategy is 100%. This is what just works for me. So once I saw that the market is starting to move and it's starting to fight and it's starting to come up and it's starting to move, and I'm seeing, because I don't want this to be 9 VWAP 50 because this is a pullback. This is bad for me right now. So I want to wait. I want to wait. But that 50 is moving up. So this is good. As soon as I see that VWAP and the 50 is crossing, I want to buy. I'm in the trade because I know that I don't have a hit and run strategy where the 50 is going to pull my trade down. This is a good trade. So I would buy right here. And then volume is going to start kicking in, as you can see. It starts doing its thing. Okay, so we're in the trade. And now I need to see when I need to get out because I got in, but I need to have an exit strategy. So I know the market is moving up. I can see that it's doing its thing. So let's go ahead and get rid of these lines. And now I start putting my lines up. So let's say I got into this where it broke up at the 120 and it did a little retracement and it went up. This will be where I need to keep an eye on it because I don't want it to break that. You got to give the market room to move. Okay, if you make it too tight, then you'll be out before you get a chance to make any money. So down here, I'm looking at the TTM squeeze. The TTM squeeze is for me, is one of the best oscillators that actually tells you when the market is pushing up, when the market is resting, when the market is pushing up, when the market is resting. So in this particular case, when it rested right here, it did a very small rest. So it's a good indicator that it's not really going too far down. So as the market is going down, the oscillator is going down, if the market is not going down too far with it, that's about as far as it's going to go. So as soon as it starts turning around and starts going up, it should start pushing it up. Okay, that's what you're looking for. You want to know if when the market is going up, or the oscillator is going up, is the market going up? And when the market is going down, the oscillator is going down, will the market kind of not go down too far with it? So look at this how much up and how much down is going. It's going up a lot farther than it's going down. So that's a good indicator. It's kind of like these are the things that you start understanding how these things work together. You'll start seeing it without even paying too much attention to them. So here we are. We're in the trade. It's starting to rest where you want it to rest. You don't want these things that take off like a bullet. You want them to go up. You want them to rest. You want them to go up. You want them to rest. That's healthy. You want that to be your healthy mind. That this red candle going down, it's good. You want this pullback. You want this. If you don't see that, then it's going to be one of those hit and runs. You have to get out of the stock soon because something that shoots up really fast is going to come right back down like a rocket, and you don't want those. Okay, so here we are. We're going up, and now it's resting. But look at the oscillator. It's just going down slowly, doing its thing, and this thing is going down, and the market is going back up. So something bigger than the 1 minute is pushing this stock up. The 1 minute is no longer controlling this trade, which is great. The higher the time frame you go, the higher the time frame controls the trade, the better for you because the bigger the profit. because 1 minute in and out are going to be a lot less money for you than 5 minutes, then 30 minutes, then 1 hour charts. If you get into the 1 hour chart trades, you're going to be making a lot more 30, 40, 50 cent runs. Okay, so 1 minute is telling me that this is no longer in control right here because this is resting, but the trade is going up. Okay, so let's go up to the 5 minutes, find out what's going on. Okay, this is today, we'll go yesterday. So we are right here in the trade. We see a lot of volume, this is good, and this is still going up. So even though on the 1 minute things were resting, the 5 minute was still pushing to the upside. And now it's starting to rest on the 5 minutes, is going down, but the trade isn't. The trade is holding. That's a perfect good sign. That's healthy, that's good. Alright, so right now we know that we are in a good trade. We can go ahead and relax. So even though when you're in the trade, you're looking at about 5, 10, 20, 40, 60. Yeah, you're looking, you're probably already in there for about an hour and you're saying, man, this trade's not going anywhere. No, 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 no. Look at the bigger picture. Don't worry. It's like this is nothing wrong for you to be sitting here and the stock is just, chilling, because it's definitely not going down. That's a healthy thing. So we're going to go up back to the 30, which this is what got us into the trade. So we got the 30 minutes, and I want to know, so we're over here where this yellow line is. We want to see what's in its way. So now I look up. I go up to the 1 hour. That's how I trade. I don't even use the 15. That was from another teaching. So we got so right here, the yellow line is where we're looking at, because we don't see everything else yet. We only see this is where we're in right now, this one candle. But this is already 1 hour. And we've only been in the trade for about maybe an hour, not even, because we've been waiting. So I look, green future looks good. Technically we're right here. The tenkan are together. This is beautiful. They love being together. I look behind. Everything looks good. There's nothing blocking this, okay? Because technically this candle is right back here, this line. This is the area that I'm looking at. All of this doesn't exist yet. So everything looks good for the 1 hour. Nothing in its way. All right, so I go to the 4 hours. All right, so here we are. We're back to this yellow line right here. Green future. Man, this stock is looking strong. Everything looks good. We're right here. There's nothing in its way. There's no candles. So the 4 hour, there is nothing blocking this trade. I have no reason for me to be concerned. So I really don't even know where my stop thing is going to be yet, because it's not showing me. There's nothing back here showing me. If I zoom out, there's nothing back here. I'm looking for another one of these. So let's say I'm buying down here and I got a fractal in this direction where this red line is. That means that if I bought down here, this is going to be my next resistance. As of right now, there is absolutely nothing here telling me there's anything blocking this trade. So I have nothing to worry about at the moment. So let's go up to the daily. Okay, the daily, now we got something. There we go. So do I have the correct one? Yep. So this is the area that I need to pay attention to. Look at that. How it stopped right on the money. That is where the resistance was. See, this is how I see where it's coming up next. Okay. Now, I'm in the trade, and we're in a trade in this area. So technically, we know now that why it's not falling is because we're inside the cloud, but we have the cloud A and the tenkan together. So that's two supports controlling the fall. So technically, it's going to be harder for this trade to fall down because you got two things supporting it, which is good for you. That's great. Then you know that it's going to be hard for it, to fall. Will it fall? Of course, the market will do whatever it wants, but it does respect these things. So when we're looking forward, you got here. So technically, this one will still be kind of red. So you'll be like in this red area, but look at this flat line, and then look how this is closing fast. So that means it's the buyers are coming in because it's the red is going away. It's turning into green quicker. Okay, so this is all good signs for you. Then you look to your left, because technically we're right here. We're going to have some trouble getting through this kitchen sink part. So we need to figure out what's going on there. Okay, so we're looking around 127. I wonder what would happen there. Let's go back down to the 1 minute for a second. we say around 127 was about right here. So this is where I kind of respected it. So about 20 minutes, 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes is stood there because it was trying to respect that kijun sen. See how they work together? So if you were wondering why you were stuck here for a little bit, because when we went up here, it was hitting that bar. But once it broke through, then the next resistance could be about 134. Because right now, if you look down to the 4 hour, there's nothing in its way. So there's nothing for me to look at the 4 hours. So the daily is the one that I want to see. Daily is the one it's respecting right now. So as soon as it breaks away from the 127, because we're still in the cloud, 134 will be the area that's going to try to respect next. So let's find out what happened. Let's go down to the 1 minute. 134. It went up. Well, yeah, so we're here, right? We went to 134. Oop, I have the wrong lines here. 134, look at that. It was respecting that line, hitting, trying to get through, hitting. See how they work together? It was respecting this area right here, the 134 area, the cloud it was respecting. Okay? Broke through the cloud. Oh man, we're moving good now. All right, so now we need to know we're doing good, so I don't have to worry about selling anything. But I still have my stop loss down here because I got to give the market room to move. It broke through. Ooh, yeah, we're doing good. All right, now it's broken through. Now I move my stop loss. Oop, we don't want that one. My stop loss comes right. Yeah, actually, yeah, that'd be this area right here. So I want to kind of give it room right there. This is the guy that started it right there. So this is where I want to see if it breaks that line. All right, so we broke through the 134, back up to the daily. What else can it hit? 134, so we know there's a resistance in the 151 area. So as of right now, between here and here, 145, oh wait, no, there's a cloud. So a little bit smaller. So I cannot get too excited that this can run up to 151 when there's a cloud right here at 145. So let's find out what's going on at 145. We zoom back down, and 145 puts it, let me give myself my lines here, 145, that's about right there. So it came up and it was hitting that 145. Actually, I should have moved it back. $145. See how it respected it, the cloud? And it broke through the 145. All right, so we're doing good. So it didn't care about the cloud anymore, but now it is respecting the fractal at 151. Now this is where I'm starting to look now. That's time to get out because it's hard for it to break through another fractal. Okay, the cloud is tough, but it broke through. Then it got to break through the kijun sen, but it broke through right here. Then it got to break through the cloud. It broke through, but now it's got to break again through another fractal. You gotta make, you already got a good win here. It's like you gotta make sure that you're not throwing your money away by saying, nah, yeah, this thing's gonna keep running. No. Every one of these things is a potential exit, potential exit, potential exit, potential exit. So you just have to figure out when it's time for you to get out. Okay, so we're up at the fractal area, which puts about 151. So it broke through here. It gets up to the 150, and it's fighting, and of course the time runs out. It broke through. Now this is where I always pay attention to. This is so important right here. This is supposed to be resistance. Then it becomes support. Then it becomes resistance. Then it becomes support. Then it becomes resistance. That means this is not being respected at all. It's not like it's hitting. That's respect. If it's dancing around it like with no respect, then the odds are it's gonna fall, or it's just not respecting it. So I already made my money from way down here. Since there's no respect for this area, I would already be selling, and I'm already done. Tomorrow's another day, or if you don't want to wait till the market, because it's kind of hard to sell after hours. It's just once it gets to right about this area, got close enough for me, I'm already out before the market closes. I already got my money. I'm already close to the next fractal. The next resistance I know is going to be right there. Why take a chance? Because you can stay in here, and then the next day the market opens, and in this particular case, it never broke that fractal. But this could have easily just fallen all the way down here, try again, fall again, and then you're kind of playing this game of waiting. I would just make my money and get out. All right. All right. So this is how, I trade. Now some other like little footnotes on the side. Before I get in, I'm already kind of scanning things really fast. Like before I buy, I'm already going. Let's say I started in the 30 minutes. I saw the trade. Things are gonna get confusing here with all these lines now. Let me clean this up. Clear drawing. All right, so we're down here. Before I even purchase, I'm already doing the 1 hour checking. Okay, nothing there. 4 hour checking, because it takes me less time to do this than it is to buy and realize I messed up. Okay, so then I go up, go to the daily. So I'm seeing everything that I just showed you. I'm doing it within less than a minute, because you're gonna get really good at this of just looking. Nothing on the 1 hour, nothing on the 4 hour. Okay, daily. This is what we're gonna be respecting. Let's look at that. Why do I go to the weekly? Because the weekly kind of gives you like a bigger picture. But once in a while, you're gonna get something like this, and that happens. There's no data. It's like there's nothing here. Like everything is broken up for whatever reason. There's just nothing there. So we really can't really look at it. All we can do is just draw a line with the candle by itself and say, man, I really don't have anything to go on, even on the candles. Like, see, there's nothing. It's been falling. There's nothing here for the weekly other than it stopped falling below this fractal and it went up. So technically this would be the next area for the weekly that it needs to break through, which it puts in around the 170 area. Okay, that's if you look at the bigger picture, because it has to break through this fractal area the last time. So that's on a bigger scale. But other than that, there's no data up here for this. Normally I'm going to look at the trend lines. I want to look at like, all right, so if I'm here to here, and it broke out of it, okay, then something might be going on because it's done falling, so the big boys is not sitting on it anymore. Other than that, I really don't do much with the weekly. I just wanted to see the bigger picture. So back to the daily, you can kind of see that this is the area on the weekly way up here. Okay, but you got to be a weekly. I mean, one candle takes a week to get up there. That's just a long game that I do not like to play. To me, that's just too much. Let me see here. That right there. It's like it's already gone. Okay, look at the 30 minutes. Okay, here's the 30 minute. It went from a comatose stock to all of a sudden spiking to $3.90 from $1.07, $1.60. This right here, pump and dump, you don't want. There's nothing here that motivated this stock other than greedy people that are selling to other people that think they're going to make a quick buck. You're not that person. This right here, useless information. You don't want this. Okay? You want clean ones. You want something that actually shows you a nice move. Like if it broke here, all right, you got some room to play with. You want clean stocks, not comatose that it's been dead for a year and then all of a sudden it spiked up $4 for no reason whatsoever. All right, guys. All right, hopefully this will help you guys out, and I'll see you guys in the trading room.